Howdy, everyone. Good afternoon. It is 2 o'clock. It is Tuesday. Welcome to Tilson Live. We are coming at you live on YouTube, live on Facebook, to talk about all things building on your lot in Texas. I'm Eric Allard, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson Homes family, coming at you with the great, the masterful, the wonderful, creator of all the things, Tilson World, Dawn Dantzler. What's up, Dawn?
Hey, Eric. Not a whole lot. What's up with you?
All is well. All is well. Summer is upon us. It went from 56 degrees to 96 degrees in 24 hours. So
Sure.
Here we are. We are. We have said goodbye to spring and up in weather below 85 until October. We bid you adieu. We will see you in 5 months. And
well, I know we have some areas that will be happy that the rain has subsided.
Yes, some areas will be. Yes. So anyway, folks, we are live on YouTube, live on Facebook. It is Tuesday. It is 2 o'clock. It's Tilson Tuesday. We have a lot of stuff to get to. We were out last week. Dawn was traveling. We were both traveling, doing meetings. So anyway, we are back. We want to hear from you. The whole point of the show is to talk about all things building on your land. So, I'd start every time. I have a pen here as if I'm going to sit here and take notes. And I don't think I ever have written anything down in this entire time. But old habits die hard.
Pictures.
I do draw pictures. So we're going to put it over here. Coming at you live. Folks, jump into the chat. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you are in. We want to hear from you. Anything on your mind, on your heart about building a custom home on land somewhere in Texas, we're here to help with that. We've been doing this for 94 years, and we will continue to do it for a long, long time. We are, like I said, fourth generation family owned and operate. There is a fifth generation. They're a little needy. A bunch of them are graduating right now.
I was going to say, they're getting less needy.
What? No, they're going off to college. That's more needy. That's no. This is
a couple of them graduated college.
That's true. We had a couple graduate college. Yeah. So anyway, we're in flux, guys. We got a lot of stuff. Everybody's got a lot of stuff going on this time of year. Jump in. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building. Tell us what part of the process you're in. We want to hear from you. If you have any questions at all about looking for land, about what you should ask for when you're shopping around for land, maybe closing on land, maybe construction questions, maybe warranty questions, maybe financing questions about site development. What is a septic system, water wells, culverts, clearing? How does all that work? Dirt pads, all that stuff. We're here to help with every single facet of building a custom home on your land. Is it family land? Are you buying it from a developer? Are you buying it from through a realtor? We want to hear from you. Ask us any questions you want. Jump into the chat. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, part of the process that you are in. And Dawn, while you do that, she's going to tell us what we're talking about today, because it ain't just me flapping my jaws, thankfully.
Today it's my favorite topic. So we're going to show off a customer home. So nice. Very excited to show off this gorgeous Breckenridge. And they did some really, really interesting things to it to kind of customize it and make it their own. So they took that beautiful home and added in a very custom pantry, very custom utility room, put in a theater room, grabbed the bathroom from the LaSalle, just did all the things. So I'm just really excited to show off this gorgeous home to all of y'all and give you some inspiration for what you can do in your home.
Very awesome. Yeah, that's they did, which I can't wait for to show people, is a lot of the stuff that they did personally. So some cabinetry, some storage, and things like that they had us not put things in that they did later after the fact. So we're going to point out those and give them kudos for the really cool work that they did. So
yeah, he is an amazing woodworker. He does some really
exactly. He's just cheating. It's not fair. But do jump into the chat. Don's, we got a couple of people joining us. If you're on YouTube, jump into the chat. Tell us that you are watching on YouTube. We could definitely tell that we're live on Facebook. We just want to make sure we're also live on YouTube, and we will answer every single one of your questions. That's why we're here. So obviously we're going to talk about this beautiful Breckenridge, gorgeous home, but any questions you have at all, that's why we're here.
All right. Well, we've got Jason watching from Lufkin. We have exterior paint. Roof was installed today. Framing inspection tomorrow, and termite treatment and spray foam coming soon. The house is gorgeous, and we are so pleased. Thank you.
That's awesome,
great
Jason.
To hear. Jason, send us pictures. I want to see it.
Seriously.
Then we've got Randy in Houston building in Canyon Lake. Process on hold pending the stop of the Washington, D.C. nonsense.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I think that's
tell us
their
what we can do to
official.
help move it all along. If you're
Yeah,
waiting on Washington D.C. to not have nonsense, you may be
yeah.
waiting a very, very, very long
Gonna
time.
say nonsense is sort of their business. So is there
That's
any
exactly
particular nonsense
right.
we're trying to wait out? We've got Lisa saying howdy from Heiko. We just met Cody at Stake Out the Site. So excited to get this going. Awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
We got Farron and Adrian building the Arlington Sea in Waller County.
Welcome back.
Chatted. We have a whole house. They moved to the inside now, but it's awesome. Okay, so you got
So
like half
cool.
a house. That's very cool. I
You
can't
have
wait to
shelter. You
see.
have shelter. That's awesome. Thanks for reaching out, Farron. Good to hear from you again, bud.
And then we've got Allie checking in from YouTube. Thank you,
Thank
Allie
you,
in
Allie.
Georgetown.
Appreciate you. All right. So, folks, keep dropping into the chat where you're watching from, where you're building, part of the process you are in. Any questions at all you have, it could be about this Breckenridge plan we're going to talk about. Anything you want to know, financing, construction, site preparation, whatever you want to talk about, that's what we're here to do. Any questions
Mhm.
you have. We can even talk about nonsense in DC if you want.
Mhm.
Presently, it doesn't appear to be having an impact on at least housing. I'm going to knock
Yeah,
on
knock
wood.
on everything.
I have that. Yeah. So, I mean, luckily, all of that stuff that we get, it's, most of the things that tariffs were being threatened for or talked about, there were over 1,000 exemptions. So things like semiconductors and like stuff that goes in appliances, that all got exempted. Lumber was
Mhm.
exempted. Any petrochemical thing is so plastic, which would be PVC pipe, PEX pipe, all that was exempted. Anyway, it hasn't been an impact. Randy, I don't want to just sit here and make fun. I want to give you due to the comment. Like, it hasn't been an effect. Fortunately, the National Association of Home Builders has a very, very strong lobby in Washington, D.C., and
Mhm.
we're able to get thousands of things exempted from any kind of tariffs that were being threatened. So it hasn't been something that we've seen any kind of supply chain disruption or anything like that. So, but yeah, we don't install a lot of Chinese stuff either. So this hasn't been an issue.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, let's drop into the presentation. All right, so we are looking at a Breckenridge. So our Breckenridge plan has two elevations that are available for it. And so the first is kind of a combination of stone and stucco. It's got that kind of look to it. And the second elevation, elevation C, is a combination of board and bat and stone. And it's got more of kind of that, what I think of as more of like a modern farmhouse design. Got that huge front porch, the cedar accents, the dormers, all of that happening. And that's what we have at our model in Weatherford. Some features of the Breckenridge plan that make it popular is it is a 3-bedroom plus the study. It does have an included 2-car garage with the plan, as well as 2.5 baths. It is just under 2,900 square feet, and this one is a true split bedroom plan. So you've got the master suite all the way on its own side of the home, away from everything else that's going on, and then you've got the additional bedrooms off to the other side, as well as that study area. And you do have that open kitchen into the family room. And a nice little breakfast area to eat in. And this one does also have that formal dining room on the front across from the study. So just a nice home.
Beautiful.
And this is the model that we have built up there in Weatherford. And yeah, just a gorgeous home, big front porch. It's my favorite feature of a house is the big front porch. So yeah,
I
just a
think it's
gorgeous,
actually
gorgeous
12
home.
feet deep over here on this side further down. Like it's like another
Mhm.
room. So
Yeah, it's absolutely. And if you've been to our office in Katy, you'll notice it does look very similar to the Fredericksburg. The Fredericksburg kind of inspired the Breckenridge plan, so you'll
yeah,
see a lot of similar features and
they're
DNA in these
definitely
homes.
cousins.
Yes. All right. So for the customer changes, the things that they did. So first off, they reversed the plan. So everything we'll be looking at will be backwards from how it was in the original one that we were showing you. In that family room, they did add an electric fireplace, and they also did a really nice stone surround on that, all the way to that top of that cathedral ceiling, as well as a cedar mantle. They went ahead and right off of that family room, they added in a media/theater room, which it is a true theater room. There are no windows, so it is very much a dark space. They
Yeah.
even insulated it, put some extra soundproofing in it to make sure that whatever happens in that room is not disturbing the rest of the house. So just a beautiful, beautiful space there. They did go ahead and extend the rear covered porch a little bit, just get them a little bit more space on the outside. In the kitchen area, they added in a coffee bar in what would have been like the breakfast area seating space, so that they've got the coffee and the hot beverages out of the way of the rest of the cooking happening in the kitchen. And they really, really customized that island. So they turned it into a massive island. And part of the reason for that is they actually have a built-in ice maker. So they were making that island deeper to make sure that it could account for that appliance in there. And then in their master bathroom, they had done some driving around and were inspired by the LaSalle, the alternate bathroom that was shown in that model. So they went ahead and worked with their consultant to get that to work into the Breckenridge plan. So it looks absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to show you guys that. Then in their utility room, they did some customizations to the cabinets in there, as well as added in a dog wash station. And this is one of the areas where the customizations that they made really shine. We set it up for them. They came in after and actually put in dog crates underneath those countertops and all of that. It's a really cool area. And then the second place where they came in and did a lot of their customizations is they created a pantry out of what would be a storage area. In the general plan, they made that into a full walk-in pantry, and he came in and did all of the shelving and cabinetry in that area after the fact. And then they also enlarged their dining room because he made his own table to fit all of their family. So he wanted to make sure that that room was large enough to fit it.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
Yeah, lots of very cool changes. All right. Well, we're going to go into the videos. And I did want to mention up front, guys, this house, there were so many things done. The actual uncut video of the home is a little bit over 20 minutes long. So we are not going to show you every single space that would be in the home tour video, but the full video will be see for watching after we do our
this.
presentation.
You can't go
after
to
this,
now
you
and
can't see it yet. But we do have pictures of all the rooms, but we're not going to show the complete video tour.
You must endure us.
Yeah, you got to hang with us first.
Then you go watch the whole video.
But let's go ahead and watch the exterior in the kitchen.
Let's check it out. Y'all drop your questions into the chat. We'll answer every one of them.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today as we go through a tour of the Ferris family home. We are out here in Milam County today getting a chance to look through their Breckenridge model. Tons of crazy details all over this house, lots of custom options. And today, guys, I just want to go through that, starting with the exterior, some very interesting options that we had out there. I know you guys are a big fan of the stonework, some of our cedar details, and the dormers that we have on the roof. Would you mind telling me a little bit about how you came to that design choice?
Yeah, I've always loved the Texas stone, and when we started looking at what we wanted to put here and we saw that we would have that option, I thought that would be perfect for us. We're in a country setting. I really wanted to make sure the house sort of blended in with the environment around us. So we went with colors that we thought would match well with the countryside here. I also love wood. I'm a woodworker, and the big cedar post that you offered for the front porch was just exactly what I was looking for. The lintels above the windows, the dormers. We had designed another home and decided not to build it when we went with you. And we saw that we would have the opportunity to still have those dormers. We were excited about that. So we really loved the way all that came together for us here in the country.
Yeah, definitely some beautiful detail on the outside that really brings the home to life, I think. It makes it look beautiful from the front as you come in from the road, which you guys kind of continued that same sort of concept as we come into the kitchen with a lot of that cedar detail. And then lots of options that we have here. I know as we look off to the side here, we have lots of options for storage, got the built-in microwave. Can you tell me a little bit about how we came up with the cabinet decisions in the kitchen?
It holds all of our entertaining, our holiday stuff. We like to do sushi nights, so everything is held in those cabinets.
Yeah, so lots of storage options there within, as we talk about bringing in a large family with a lot of family members, we look at this massive island that we have here with a couple little built-in features. As we look off to the side, I know you guys were a big fan of the ice maker that was over here. And that's really what prompted the larger island. Would you guys like to tell me how this island has fared out in actual use when you invite guests over and invite family over?
So we actually built this island because of the ice maker. So we have, like I said, a large family. It has worked well for us. We never look for needing extra space, because we also have the back counters. I mean, it works great.
Works well.
Yeah, Thanksgiving was just full of food. There was the entire top of the counter was covered with dishes ready for Thanksgiving. If we hadn't had the counter, we probably would have been putting up portable tables everywhere to hold it all.
Yeah, no, able to fit everything on here very nicely. And then, as you talked about just a little bit, we've even got all this other countertop space over here, including the coffee bar that we have kind of built off to the side here. Would you guys mind telling me just a little bit about your coffee bar here, how we came to that decision?
So everybody in our family, adults, sometimes even kids, try to sneak in with some decaf. Everyone drinks coffee. So this is like the best place to have its very own coffee bar, enough room for everyone to serve themselves.
Absolutely, it kind of keeps a little bit of the traffic away from the main part of the kitchen as well, which I would like to look at just a little bit. We have a beautiful backsplash that carries all the way up to the wall here, along with a very nice vent hood and some under cabinet and over cabinet lighting. How have you guys liked using all of this? And
well, we love it. It was designed, the backsplash, we went simple, but had a little bit of a movement with it because we didn't want it to fight with the stone and also with, the headers. So it just, the two-tone just makes it blend very nicely, and we love it.
I think we love the backlights too, because at night when we're sitting and watching TV, this is way too much light to have on, so we can have just this nice little bit of backlighting here, and it's all this entire large space needs. And we like that. Plus, they're on different circuits, so we can just have one or both of them on if we want.
Yeah, that's super nice. Lots of usability there, especially like you're saying at night, which, speaking of watching TV, I'd love to go look at this fireplace that we have set up in the living room.
Wow.
All right. Yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous space. So here is that front exterior. Like they were talking, they did go with the Texas mixed stone, which I'm personally a big fan of because it really kind of gives you a touch of every color. So you can do whatever you want as far as the rest of the exterior goes, because you've got the grays, you've got the oranges, you've got the browns, you've got the whites. It's just a good looking stone. And I think they did a great job picking the colors. He was talking about they wanted to kind of blend in with the surroundings. And I think this fits very well.
Yeah, where they are in kind of Gauze, Milam County area is kind of where the central Texas kind of begins. So you do start encountering stone like on the side of the road and on your land. And so, yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And then this is the rear of the home where they've got that big back porch, and, they did the lap siding back there, and yeah, just kind of same color scheme, just continuing it along.
Yeah. Very pretty.
And there is that gorgeous, gorgeous kitchen. So yeah, I love the choices that they made in here. I think the dark and the light, the way they contrast, and the back, that beautiful herringbone backsplash, just kind of it's nice little detail, but doesn't attract a whole lot of attention. Just gorgeous.
Yeah, went all
They
out.
got some really nifty appliances.
So they went all out on the appliances.
Yes.
They really did. So yeah, the ice maker here, and no one has asked because that you were nervous about it, but the island is 9 feet by 5'6". I was able to go find it in the plan, so it's big.
Yeah.
It's almost a 50 square foot island, so big island.
Yeah, it's bordering on continent status.
It's almost continent. Yeah, it's almost continent.
Yeah. And they did do some customizations, with the cabinets and stuff to make it work like they were talking with Jack about, but yeah, just it's gorgeous.
Yeah. But this is the cabinetry here is how the Breckenridge, even the model is. All this cabinets on this wall, the microwave there. It's a really, really cool plan.
Mm-hmm. And then there is the custom coffee bar that they had us install for them. So chose the white to kind of mimic the island. And yeah, I just think that's a great space. They've got their own little coffee nook
Very cool.
happening, and store all the stuff. So yeah, just absolutely beautiful. Then we've got a few questions. Yeah. Let's see. We've got Azoldi Karen saying, howdy, everything went well with our progress, but we had issues with our septic site inspection, so our county permit was delayed.
Those dirty, rotten rats at the county. I can't believe it. Well, I hopefully got it squared away by now, and if not, obviously let us know, and we can help work through that. So.
Mm-hmm. And then Farron is asking, at what point do they paint the exterior? Is it toward the end of the project or sooner?
Yeah, it's definitely early in the project. It's ideally, although not always, not the right before the shingles go on, Farron.
Mhm.
So they kind of get all the siding on the house. So after got the Tyvek on there and get it all taped up and all good. At that point, technically the house is dried in. Like when the Tyvek is on over the OSB, the house is dried in. And then after that, of course, they'll put whatever siding on. It's typically before the stone or brick goes on,
Mhm.
before any kind of masonry and before the roof, but obviously after the siding is installed, and then they come out, the painters will caulk it and all that kind of good stuff, and then paint it up. So anyway, that's how it's done. Occasionally, we do have to paint it after the shingles are on, just a timing situation of when the roofer was available versus when the painter was available. In which case, they'll mask off, so not to get overspray on those first row or two of shingles. But the ideal time is after all the siding's on there, before the roof is on, and before the masonry is on. That way, they can just spray a very good, solid, even coat without having to worry about overspray getting onto permanent fixtures. So,
Yeah, absolutely. All right. We've got Denise saying, afternoon, building a Canyon D in Chapel Hill. We've been in a holding pattern for the last 4 weeks with rain and more rain and issues getting dirt to set the culvert. The trees have been cleared.
okay,
Good.
good, yeah. Well, it's going to be 100 degrees, which that helps a lot.
Mhm.
When it's raining and it's only getting up into the 50s and 60s and 70s, you need a lot more days. When it's been raining and it gets up into the 90s and 100s, it dries real quick. So the rate at which the drying will occur is about to speed up significantly, along with the amount that you sweat walking from the grocery store to your car. Also there's a positive correlation there.
All right. And then we have Cheryl asking, are carports and garages included or an additional cost?
Great question, Cheryl. Actually, on this plan, on the Breckenridge, the garage that you saw on the stock plan, Don, that is included in the base price of this home. There's a few of them. The LaSalle, the Breckenridge, the Fredericksburg.
Kimberly.
Yeah. So there are several
Rockwell,
plans where the garage is incorporated as that they are. Now, all that to say, it's only additional cost if you don't want it included. I don't know the best way to say that. So like you tell your sales consultant what you need,
Mhm.
build the house, most of the houses with those few exceptions we just listed, either with or without a garage. And we really still are at about 40%, 60. So about 40% of the homes we build do not have a garage and about 60% do. We have a lot of customers that do some type of a metal building or shop instead of a garage. And so we can incorporate a carport if you want to do that instead. So we really don't want the garage to limit which plan you might like. There's only a few of our houses where the garage kind of has to go where it goes, and the Breckenridge is one of them.
Yeah. And then on the rest of them, we have at least 3 options for most of them of where you could put that garage already drawn out for you. And then we've got Amy saying in Bernie, Texas, patiently kinda waiting to start building our Arlington C.
That describes my level of patience in all situations, just about, Amy. There's kind of patient,
Kind of patient.
but not really patient.
We got Deborah saying hi from Clear Lake City. We're building Magnolia in Blanco County. Everything is progressing smoothly. Our roof is being finished today. Zach has been really wonderful about keeping us informed on what's happening and what's next. We're so happy to have him on our build. Oh,
That's
awesome. Thank you
nice.
for sharing.
Deborah, it's a sweet thing to say.
And then Farron saying, we're doing an Arlington C. We had some delays with our driveway and the weather, but things are happening fast and you're going to love it when it starts.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good advice.
And then, hold on to your hats because it's rolling now after that.
Yeah. Randy sharing these videos are very helpful with seeing other people's visions. We'll be incorporating Hoover family bathroom changes in the Barnes family kitchen.
There you go.
Home. All right. Awesome. We've got Ed saying, I want to take a moment to give a big shout out and express my gratitude to Kimberly at your Bernie office. We flew down from Seattle a few weeks ago after working with her remotely, and it was a pleasure to finally meet her in person. Visiting the office and touring the model homes was an exciting experience. The team at Tilson really goes above and beyond. Kimberly even arranged for us to tour an in-progress build of the model we hope to construct with the owner's permission. We enjoyed the lovely 35-minute drive to the home with Kimberly, which was definitely worth it. Thank you all for your outstanding service. You really rock. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Ed.
Very much. Yeah. And Kimberly's pretty fun to hang out with. Yeah. If you're going to be stuck in a car with somebody, Kimberly's the top of the list.
All right. And then we've got Cheryl saying, thank you. Is it an upcharge to do stained concrete floors?
Depends on what you're putting it in lieu of, Cheryl. So on, for example, it's more than like carpet would be, but it's actually less than ceramic tile. And all of our homes come with tile in all of the wet areas. So it's technically a little less than that, but it's more than the carpet. So hope that helps answer it.
Yep. And that's something that any of our design consultants can price out for you on the specific home you're looking for. And then we've got Jason saying, I'm building a shop. Would y'all please tell Kathy that she gets the house her way with all new furniture and I get the shop my way? Somehow she doesn't understand that.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Jason.
We don't
I'm
give
not
all.
going to tell Kathy anything.
No.
If you think I'm going to do that, you are as high as the grocery bill, son. That's not happening.
Yeah.
But I'll wish you all the luck.
Yeah, I was born in the morning. It wasn't this morning, so
That's
I'm not
right.
telling Kathy anything either.
Nope.
So.
That's funny.
All right, and we got Big Rig Germs watching from Conroe, planning on building in Trinity.
Let's
Awesome!
go.
Thanks for joining us.
Birthplace of Eric Aller in Conroe, Texas. I'll have you know. Don't worry, they tore down the hospital. It's gone.
Amy says our stained concrete balanced out between savings from tile spaces to carpet spaces, so it worked out great. Awesome.
I'm not even going to do these anymore. I don't have to. I'm going to let people.
We'll just let everybody talk to themselves and just
Squishy
put it all. We'll put it all out there.
Very
All
cool.
right.
Keep dropping the questions in, folks. Honestly, these are great questions and great comments. So, and the community helping each other out. Like that's.
Yeah, we love that. We love it when you guys are sharing. But let's take a look at the family room and the master suite.
Let's go.
Beautiful setup here with a TV mounted in the center and a lot of stone detail that goes all the way up to the ceiling. Again, with this massive cedar detail that we have coming down that dead ends into these big windows that we have to look out over the property. Tell me, was this something that you guys envisioned? Is it something that we designed? Where did this all come from?
It is something that we envisioned, and I was absolutely certain we were going to have beams in the house. And fortunately, you offered these nice big cedar beams, and it gave us a chance to bring some of the elements of the outside of the house into the house. The stone in the kitchen, the cedar beams, the headers, the fireplace, mantle. It just was perfect for me, a woodworker, to see this kind of texture, if you will, from the wood. And then we have these really large windows here. We can sit and look into the back pasture and watch the deer go by. We enjoy that a lot. I do. And color-wise, this was her brainstorm. She loves these colors and how they go together.
We just wanted the house to flow. The minute you walked in the door, everywhere just kind of flowed, picking little pieces of the different colors out of the stone and then just put it throughout the house.
Absolutely.
And we did not want the trouble of a wood-burning fireplace, so we went with this one, and we really love it. And so do the grandkids, because they get to touch the buttons and change the colors and have fun, and it doesn't hurt anything like something that would be really hot would do.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think you guys hit the nail on the head when you talk about kind of making the house flow from the exterior as you walk inside of the home, and all the stone that we have throughout here, especially large detail going all the way up to the ceiling. I think it's really a center point in the room.
Yeah, I'm a tall person, so I want everything up and away from my head. And this whole design's like that. I think our shortest ceiling's 9 foot. Most of them are taller than that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you carry kind of the same theme as well with keeping everything, like you said, up. I know in the master suite, we have a couple details as well where the ceiling is actually raised and recessed a little bit there. Want to go look at that? Yeah, so just like we were talking about in the living room, keeping those ceilings up high, multiple recesses with this, again, the cedar details in here, gotta love it. Keeping with that flow like we were discussing about a little bit. Also have a pretty large sized room here with a lot of the floor space that with the flooring continued from the remainder of the house. Tell me a little bit about, does this feel like enough space? You got a lot going on here with some furniture.
This definitely is enough space for us. And yes, we did continue this wood flooring throughout the house, with the exception of a couple bedrooms. And then when you look at the ceiling, we added an accent color in there so that this wood beam would stand out more.
The sun comes up from this side, so it's a nice soft hello in the morning instead of the bright sun right in your face. It's perfect. We love it.
No, it's absolutely beautiful, and I love the big windows, beautiful view of the property from out back, so that's amazing.
The big windows is one of the main things for us with this house.
Yes, absolutely. No, I think everything complements large, breathable space with a lot of natural light, just to really, again, bring that outside kind of to the inside. So that's amazing. I'd like to go take a look at the master bathroom. I know we have a lot of things going on in there, so we're going to take a look over there. Personally, this is probably one of my favorite parts of the home. As we were going through construction, this was definitely something that, as it came together, I just fell in love more and more with it. We have a lot of space on the separated vanities here, lots of light with a couple other details. As we look at our vanity space here, you know, got a decent amount of separation apart. I know we have a small spot to put a chair, and I just love how this is laid out. Tell me, how have you guys enjoyed using this since you've moved on?
I've enjoyed it. I mean, sometimes he slips over onto my side, but I love how the white countertops are. I love how bright it is in here. The lighting's perfect. There's plenty of light.
And she really wanted to feel like a spa.
Yeah, I wanted it. This bathroom was designed with the spa-like in mind.
Yes, yeah, and I think we definitely hit that. We have lots of tile that carries all the way up to the ceiling, all throughout the floors. It is a little bit of a transition change from the wood, but I definitely think it's a good one. Speaking with it being spa-like, as we continue to come around a little bit here, we have a very nice freestanding tub that we've got. Have you guys been able to use this?
It's just what I think we wanted in here for a spa, with a TV on the wall right behind it. She can run a big tub of water, fill it full of bubbles, and just relax.
And enjoy it.
And you know, one of the things that I thought was really impressive about Tilson is this bathroom design comes from a different home from the Breckenridge. We loved the shower when we went to see that. I think that model home was in Huntsville. And so you found a way to put it in here for us. So we really appreciate that. The grandkids love it. They call it the car wash because they can go in one side of the shower, go through, and come out the other side.
Well, awesome, guys. Like I said, absolutely love it in here.
All right. So there is the family room. And yeah, this is another room. They talked about the big windows in their bedroom, but the whole wall of the back of the family room is just great, huge windows. You can really see the view and look out there. And it's just it's already a huge room. And then you've got those cathedral ceilings happening, which make it feel even bigger.
Yeah.
And just that beautiful fireplace wall. I also am a big fan of the electric fireplaces. I like to play with the colors too. So it's nice and fun. And you can have the flames going with no heat, or you can turn heat on, or do whatever you like.
That you can. Oh, the games we play.
And then here's their bedroom. Just a beautiful space. I love that ceiling detail treatment with the stepped ceiling with the box beams in it. And again, you've got large windows looking out on that property that you fell in love with.
Yeah, it's a huge space. You can see, I mean, on a king size bed, obviously there's a photographer in here. Like, you've got another 7-8 feet of space, and that's even with a chair there. So it's a really, the Fredericksburg, the Breckenridge, they're two of our largest master bedrooms that we have in any of our portfolios. So
yeah,
and nothing like
and
this.
then yeah, this is gorgeous. I love just how tranquil and serene this color scheme. It is, like Jack was saying, it is a big kind of change. You know, it's the same type of colors, but you get a very different vibe out of this room than the rest of the home. So I love how calm the grays are, and but it still matches well, but just a very different vibe to the space. And I think putting in that wall niche was just brilliant to store all the stuff behind the tub, and just beautiful, gorgeous space. Like they've almost converted me to bathtub. I mean, I'm usually not a bathtub person, but I would take this one. This is a nice space.
Well, and this bathroom doesn't take up much space because it's massive. So,
but yeah, just absolutely gorgeous. And I love that the way the vanities are separate. I'm a big fan of the LaSalle bathroom, so I think they did a great job incorporating it into this model. And take a look if you have a chance if you're looking back, see how much closet space they actually have that we didn't get to show you.
Yeah.
But that's off to the other side, and it's huge. Just massive. So yeah, just a great space.
Super cool.
Let's see. I think we had one more comment come through, and then we can take a look at the theater room. So we've got Crystal saying we're building the rock wall, but the exterior will be inspired by your Arlington model. We have our Stakeout Friday in Bell County. Awesome.
Very nice. The rock wall's a beautiful house.
Yeah, that is a beautiful house. I'm gonna have to look at it to see how you're putting the Arlington on there.
I cheated, already did.
You already did?
I looked.
Is it good?
It's going to be awesome. Yeah, it's going to be incredible.
Awesome. Wonderful. All
Yeah,
right.
guys, keep dropping your questions into the chat. We'll answer every one of them. So we got a couple more video clips, I think, to show, and then answer questions.
Absolutely. Here we go.
All right. Now another, in addition to the bathroom, another one that I was always very curious to see how it would turn out was the theater room or the movie room that we have here. So no windows in this one. Got carpeted floors with a little bit of cabinets. You guys use this one pretty often, from what I hear.
Yes, multiple times a week.
Well, we're retired. We have time to watch movies.
There you go.
Yeah, this was something that we added on to the Breckenridge plan, and it was perfect for what we needed. You can see we have room for 4 chairs, and we can get more in here if we need to. But with a nice big screen and a closed room, it's nice and dark. It's the movie-going experience for us. And we enjoy it. We use it a lot.
Absolutely. And then with this room in particular, in addition to the insulation on the exterior walls, y'all actually did noise deadening insulation on the ceiling and rest of it, right?
Yes.
That's right.
Awesome. Yeah, no, so I think that really makes this room nice and dark, nice and quiet. It's able to keep it separated, definitely for the optimal movie experience. But so we've got our movie room, absolutely love the movie room, but we've also got a little bit of a home gym.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go take a look at that. All right, so I know we got another, what could be used as a bedroom space, but it looks like we've turned it into a little bit of a home gym.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, it could be an office too. I think the way this Breckenridge plan is set up, it's an office. It could be a bedroom if that computer space wasn't there. This bathroom could be expanded to be a full bathroom instead of a half bath. But we thought it should be exercise room, which I avoid as much as I can, but she's in here all the time.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. And like you hit on just a little bit, so we do have a little powder room right just outside here. It's super nice access while you're working out in the gym.
While you're working out, for anyone that's visiting, that's kind of the go-to bathroom.
Yeah.
No, that's very nice, especially it's kind of up here at the front of the house. You see it if you walk in. It's a very convenient spot, I think.
Got it.
Awesome. And then just past that, we've got a beautiful dining room with a table that you built, is my understanding.
Everything in there I built, except for the chairs, yes.
Awesome. Well, let's go take a look at all that. All right. Yeah. So in here, nice, large space. I know we've got a pretty big chandelier up here. We were talking a little bit earlier about Thanksgiving and having the family over. So how did this space do for you guys with getting everybody shoved in here?
It worked perfect. We were able to expand the standard dining room by a couple of feet because I wanted to make sure I could get a table in here large enough for all of us to sit at the same time with Thanksgiving dinner, and that's what we do. We put all the chairs at the table, everybody gangs around it. We can all talk to each other, we're all with each other the entire time. So it was perfect. It was more or less the center of what we were wanting to do with the whole house. Just make the theme around our children who live, an hour or so away. Austin and Houston, they can all come up at the same time and there's room for them.
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, definitely lots of seating space and then a lot more room for any potential extra seating past that. Now, with bringing all these people in from all over the place, it seems, got to have a lot of food, right?
Yes.
Got to have a lot of food. So I know we've got our pantry just on the other side of the wall here. Let's go take a look at our pantry.
Sure.
Okay.
All righty, Mr. David. So as we look in here, this is definitely not our standard pantry. I know we did a couple things here and then you've done a couple things a little differently. Can you tell us a little bit about what we've got going on?
Yeah, Tanya, my wife, really wanted a pantry. And in the Breckenridge home, there's a 2-story option. And under the stairs, there was a little half space for the, for a little closet. Without us having the upstairs portion, we had a nice big space here. So we asked you to just add to the space what we wanted, the receptacles in the right places. And then she gave me a drawing and said, here, I want you to build this pantry. So I guess we worked together on it. But now she has a pantry that she's always wanted, and there's plenty of room for everything in here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we did, got it spaced out, like you were saying, spaced out our outlets like we needed to, things along those lines. And then you came back through and actually built all of the cabinetry that we see in here now.
Right.
Awesome. No, I am very happy with how this turned out. I'm sure you guys are as well, including your wife.
Very pleased, yes.
That's awesome.
She's nice to me now.
Yeah, good, good. Well, you know, speaking of having lots of room and lots of space, I'd like to go look at our utility room just next door and see what we've done in there.
Now, let's do it.
So yeah, lots of cool things they did in there.
Sure.
So here is that media theater room that they did, and we did install the cabinetry in here where they've hidden away all of the electronics that make that TV run. But that is something that we did add in, and then like they said, this was designed definitely as a movie room. So you've got the carpet to deaden the sound, and they put in all the extra insulation to keep the noise from going elsewhere in the house.
Where they're not anyway.
Well, it's when the grandkids come to visit. They've got everybody there. And then, this exercise room, what they're using as an exercise room, is designed as a study in the plan. And then you've got that extra powder room there. That's great for guests because it's up towards the front of the home. But yeah, great large space that could serve as a bedroom or could act as a study, or like they've done, it's a great exercise room.
Yeah, very good.
And then there's that dining room. So yeah, that, like he said, they made it about 1 to 2 feet larger to accommodate that table, which he built gorgeous. The furniture in here is gorgeous.
He built the chairs. Did he say that right?
He said everything but the chairs.
Oh,
So he did the buffet and the table.
I'm still impressed.
I'm impressed regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of space in this area, and I love the Breckenridge already has those niches in the walls. I love that they did them in an accent color just to make them pop a little bit more. But yeah, it's just a great space to kind of have everybody gather and entertain. So just lovely. And then y'all saw the pantry. I think the pictures in here must be later. We didn't include them because he did all of that cabinetry build out. But yeah, that's a awesome space as well. A great way to use what would have been a storage area. Normally go ahead and build that out as the pantry space. And yeah, I'm going to go look at that some more and study it and steal it for my house, I think. It's just absolutely gorgeous. All right. And then we do have a few more questions coming in. So we'll answer those before we see the rest of the house. So Jason is saying, we're using the Easy Buy program. I thought we were told we'll have one more credit report done towards the end. Do we actually have to reapply and fill out loan paperwork again before closing, or do we tell Wagon Hill how much our down payment will be and go from there?
Great question. Yeah, no, you don't have to go through the full application process again. They will do another pull of the credit just to make sure there haven't been any, large, put a new $110,000 Ford F-450 on there or something like that. They do a pull prior to that just to make sure. And then, but no, you don't have to go through the whole. They're actually sometimes there's an update to the appraisal as well, but that doesn't really have anything to do with you necessarily. There is going to be, I do want to mention this, there is going to be a document that you're going to have to sign, because during the process, so we're now becoming an actual joint venture with Wagon Hill. And right now, but up until this point, it's been really more of a partnership. So One Trust Home Loans doing business as Wagon Hill Home Loans. And now, because there's a long, as you might expect with government entities, there's a very long application process.
The nonsense in Washington. Yeah.
The nonsense in Washington. Yeah. Reference that, Mr. Stewart, the nonsense in Washington. So now that that's all coming to fruition, there will be it'll actually become Wagon Hill Home Loans LLC. You as the customer will have to give written permission to transfer your loan from the One Trust Home Loans DBA Wagon Hill Home Loans to Wagon Hill Home Loans LLC. Same people, same team. Nothing's different other than the name of the entity, because it is becoming an actual joint venture. They got all the approvals from the FHA, the VA, the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. It is a wildly invasive, and yeah, it's a process, as you might expect.
So anyway, you're going to get a form.
You're going to get a form to sign via DocuSign and to sign it, and everything's going to be fine. But yes, we'll do another one more pull of credit towards. And yes, you will want to let them know how much money you intend to put down at closing so that they can calculate what the actual final payoff will be. And that can be done via wire at closing. It can be done with a cashier's check at closing. The title company will walk you through how to make that happen. So great questions.
Okay. All right. And we've got the Mayfields watching from Greenwood, Louisiana.
Very
Hi.
nice.
Thanks for joining us. And we've got Juan asking, do you do accent walls? Yes, we do. We do. We've done a number of different things. I've seen them in stone. I've seen them in brick. I've seen different designs in wood.
Tile, paint.
Paint.
Yeah.
We can do probably whatever you have in mind. So.
Yes.
And then Randy was asking, how long is that table? I do not know.
Yeah. If I had to guess, it's somewhere around 8 or 9 feet. If I was guessing, having shopped for large dining room tables, it's about, given the seating, that's about what it looks like to me. Big.
Yeah, big.
Heavier than I would want to move. We'll say that.
Yeah. It's the kind of table you put in once, and that's it. It lives there now.
Yes, that's its new home.
All right,
Very
awesome.
cool.
Well, y'all keep putting in your questions. We've got one more video to watch, and then we'll be done.
Let's check it out.
All right, and now we are in our utility room. We've got a lot of options here, a couple things with our cabinets, tons of space for storage, anything we need in here. And then some more custom details that your husband David was able to get done underneath the cabinets. And then I think the crown jewel, the dog wash. Tell me, how have you guys enjoyed using this since you've been here?
We absolutely enjoy it. Our dogs get bathed a couple times a month. They like to go roll around out in the grass, and then they come in and they stink. And that was why it was so important to have a dog wash, because they would never stay clean.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and we got a little bit of a raised platform in there so we can get the dogs inside of it. You're not hunched over the whole time,
Right.
getting them cleaned off. No, I'm very excited with you guys have been able to use this, especially being out here in the country, like you said, it gets used pretty frequently.
Yes.
No, that's very nice. And then as we come around, lots of countertop space for anything with folding clothes or doing anything else that you have to do. Very nice with a little detail underneath of it
Right.
for the dogs.
My husband built little crates underneath the countertop so that they're out of the way. This is my cleaning closet over here. And then I have dog toys, blankets, and stuff like that. And cleaning, there's just tons of cabinets here.
Oh.
I don't have to go, I guess,
Yeah.
to everything that's in there, but you just have plenty of space.
Lots of space. No, that's good. That's nice to have the options for that. No, love it in here. Great, lots of space to use. And then as we were looking behind us here, so this door actually accesses the garage. So as we're talking about using the dog shower, you can bring them straight from the outside through the garage and wash them in here. That way they're not going through the house on the beautiful wood floors, making a mess everywhere. You can get them straight in here. No, very, very nice. No, it's definitely usable on a regular basis, so I'm a big fan of that. But no, absolutely love it in here. I think we're about wrapped up. Why don't we head back to the kitchen? We'll get finished up. All right, guys, so as we're wrapping up, one thing that we did not talk about too much was the back porch. So we have a large extended back porch with plenty of room to host family. I see we got a grill back there. Tell me, what did we do over the stock plan? Did we change this at all from the original?
We did. We added space, made it larger, and also eventually I want to put an outdoor kitchen there. And you worked with me to leave the utilities that I needed, electricity, water, a drain. So all of that was left on the back porch. But we really love it because it's got a nice big fan. The dogs are able to come and go on the back porch. They look through the windows all the time going, hey, Mom, Dad, what's up? What are y'all doing? Yeah, we really love it.
No, awesome. I very much enjoy it back there, especially with the weather we've been having lately. But it's a hot spot to be. Absolutely. So, alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of y'all's schedule to just let us walk through and get a tour of your home. I greatly appreciate that. And then thank you guys for watching, and I hope that we can make you a part of the Tilson family.
All right.
That's super creative.
Yeah, this was such a smart use of the space. So yeah, I love the dog crates underneath the
Oh, they're for the
countertop.
dog. I was thinking for the grandkids. Sorry, totally different.
Well, probably sometimes. I'm sure the
Yes.
grandkids probably get in there and
I
play.
guarantee you, dude, I would not
But
be able to resist that if I was a kid. Not
yes.
like my little
But
brother
yeah,
going in
that's
there for sure with a padlock, no doubt.
but yeah, so creative. And I love that they raised the dog wash up so that she's not having to bend over.
Yeah, and actually,
do
I
that
think I
picture.
don't know who stole from whom, but the one that we did in the Brazoria model, as I was in there yesterday, it's raised up as well. So maybe
Mhm.
we stole this from them. I don't know, but
Probably because Jack built both. So
exactly,
um,
exactly.
but, but yeah, I just love that they've got all that storage space and those upper cabinets. And like he was saying, comes in from the garage. So you contain the dogs here, let the wet dog run around in here, get him dry, then release the hounds. Um,
Good one.
into the rest of the home. So yeah,
Good one.
so smart, great space.
Love it. Yeah, very cool.
And there's that pantry. There's that picture that I was looking for. But yeah, I just love the way they laid out this space. And this is something that we could also help you design and have our partners at Kentmore design for you. But there's just something special about designing it custom yourself and doing all that work. So that's amazing. Just I love everything they did in here.
Yeah, it does incredible work.
Mm-hmm. And this is the foyer. I just wanted to show off this front door because you get little pieces of it and snippets of it in the videos that you could see, but I just wanted to include this picture so you could actually see it because I've never seen that front door design before.
I have not. No.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. So another option for customizing your home is picking all the different front doors.
Looks great.
Yep. And then there were a couple other, we didn't in the video show you the bedrooms, but I think, yeah. So these are there are 2 other bedrooms that the grandkids enjoy, and she's themed them around different things. So there, if you watch the full video, you can learn more about that. But good sized bedrooms, holding very large furniture, plenty of space for the family when they come to visit.
Very cool.
And then that is the hallway bathroom that the 2 bedrooms share.
Very nice, including complete with niche, of course.
Yes, complete with niche and accent tile. And then they mentioned, they did reference the reason they don't use their study as their study is that they are retired, and the Breckenridge plan, similar to the Fredericksburg, comes with a built-in guest desk space. So this is where they do all of their computer work that they need to do, and she set up some of it as its own little reading nook. So that's why they don't have any need for that study, and we're able to use it as an exercise room. But this is a great space if you've got younger kids. It's a great homework station
Because
it's over there. Yeah, it's out in the open, but over by those bedrooms. So
yeah, very nice.
But yeah, just a great home. And we just thank them so much for allowing us to share it and choosing us and letting us show off all their brilliant ideas. So
yeah, thank you, Jack, for taking the time to do it. Thank you, Mrs. Ferris, for sharing your space, your home with us, and of course, obviously, for trusting us to do this. That means a whole lot. And thank all of you for watching. We got another comment from Amy, so we do reached out to John. So.
Yeah, I'd actually already reached out to John, but yeah, this is the one we John and I were talking about last week. So yeah, Amy sharing that working with Tilson has been amazing. The communication process, knowing exactly what next steps are. I have been disappointed that our experience with Wagon Hill One Trust has been kind of the exact opposite, hoping we can right the ship so we can get to the construction part and the fun stuff. And yeah, Ms. Silva, it had been shared, both Colton and Sadie had shared with me that you had expressed this to them as well. So we did reach out to John, the VP at Wagon Hill, to kind of talk to him to see if we could right that ship. So hopefully they were able to get
he's working through that. And again, part of that, and I'm not making excuses for Wagon Hill, part of this has been this transition. So that part of that is on us, Amy, and I think it's the VA getting the approvals and things through that while we're doing this application process. I really apologize. You were caught up in the middle of that, but that's all gone through now. And so it will be smoother for not only for you as you approach closing, but also for others. So, the VA is a great program and it's a great benefit for our veterans. They do not make it easy for anyone, including the veterans. Personally, they don't make it very easy. And I hate that. But the benefit is the benefit, and whatever we have to go through to get it done for our customers, we will. But yeah, there could be some genuine overhauls made over there. We'll just leave it at that.
We appreciate your feedback and your patience with us.
Yeah.
Okay. And she says, yeah, it happens. They're always growing pains. We're just so ready to see this beautiful house built.
That's going to happen.
Yeah, that's going to happen. We're going to get there. And then we got Jason sharing, as usual, you guys knocked it out of the park. I wish I could say the Tilson lives are the highlight of my week, but watching our house quickly become our home right before our eyes is the best. Okay.
Devastating.
We'll give you that.
I'll take that second place.
I can't thank Tilson, Danny, Mariah, and everyone else for making this possible. We can't wait to show it off. That's awesome. Thank you. And then Shiloh's asking, I missed the live. Will there be a way to watch a recording? Yes, you will be able to play it back wherever it is you're looking at it now. So on Facebook, it'll be there for 30 days. And then they're going to take it away. It'll be on YouTube until YouTube decides that they want to take it away. But for now, there's no deadline on that. And then we do host it as well on our website. So there are lots of places that you could go back and watch.
The websites are Vimeo, right?
Yeah, the websites are Vimeo, and that's a paid subscription, so they're not taking that away unless I stop paying them. The other two are free services, so they change the rules whenever they want.
But also, you don't have to watch any ads on Vimeo. Is that correct?
You do not have to watch any ads on Vimeo. I already paid for that, so you don't have to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. So, folks, we'll do a last call for questions real quick while we go through what all's happening through the week in the Tilson verse. Like I said, I toured the Missouri yesterday. It looks beautiful. I think they actually have started staging either today or tomorrow. So we're starting to put the furniture in there and maybe get some landscaping going. The Cisco is it's done, right?
It is done. So I believe the staging is finished. That is another one that we are working on landscaping. So we are grateful it has stopped raining, so we can actually start working on that. Because once we get the landscaping done, we'll be able to do photography and videos and have our grand opening parties and all the fun stuff. But if you are up there, both models are available for touring, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Lots of new stuff in there.
Very cool.
And then this weekend, if you're touring around, we do have 2 in-person seminars. So our Georgetown office is going to be doing one on land prep. And the Republic Grand Ranch office is going to be talking about the Easy Buy program.
Let's go. The best way to buy a Tilson home.
Absolutely.
All right. So I think we had 2 more comments float in towards the end, and then we'll.
Yes, we have Kathy saying she'd like to add that we also thank Dawn and Eric. And yes, Kathy has heard everything.
Oh, okay. Jason,
she's always watching. You're not going to trap us. And then we've got Randy saying, I like watching both the Tilson version and the standalone.
Oh, very
videos.
good.
All right, awesome. Great. Well, the standalone video for this home tour will post on YouTube as soon as this video ends. So you guys can watch the whole thing if you want to see the extra bedrooms and spaces.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. It's an incredible house. So thank you again, Mr. and Mrs. Ferris, for inviting us into your place. It's awesome. We have dozens of those lined up. So we love doing them. And also, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Dawn, for putting it together. So I know I run these PowerPoints, but I don't put
Well, Peyton actually makes the PowerPoints. I just cut the video.
Peyton, thank you for making the PowerPoints.
It's a team effort.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a ton of people work behind the scenes to make all this stuff happen. So anyway, thank you all for that. Thank you all for watching. Obviously, it doesn't have to end here, right? We got a website open 24/7. We got 12 locations open 7 days a week. We love to see you guys, sit down, chat with you about your hopes, dreams, building on your land. The teams, they have access to all the same information, so they can answer your questions probably better because they're specific to those locations. They know those counties well. They know the requirements well. They know the permitting process well.
They know how to work the price book.
They know how to work the price book. I can do it, but you're going to have to be here a minute.
I cannot.
Eric has to knock the rust off of the bicycle chain, but I can get it. If I was starving to death, I can make it happen, I think. Anyway, so thank you all for doing that. We got an Instagram page. It's got awesome content on there. Like Don mentioned, the YouTube channel. There is hours and hours and hours, hundreds of hours of content on our YouTube channel that we get high compliments on. It's very informative stuff that Dawn and her team have put together. So there's really no reason. Facebook page, there's no reason you can't interact with us, ask questions, send us direct messages. We answer those extremely promptly. And so, we want to hear from you guys. We hope this was informative for you guys, and we genuinely soon hope to make you part of the Tilson family. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.